Hello friends, my name is Hako and welcome into the channel. In this video I want to talk about Miyabi's Mindscapes and her W engine. Now, she has a lot of time still left on her banner. Time of recording, she still has 13 days left. And that's kind of roughly what, a full character's banner usually is. 1.4 is a little bit special since she's gonna be available for all of it. And for those of you that you just want the math, you just want the calculation, how much each Mindscape benefit Miyabi, I'll slap it all on screen now, and you can just take that and go. But if you want a little bit more of a deep dive and some more explanations than just the numbers, then continue watching. People that's already managed to grab a Miyabi might be wondering, should I go for a Mindscape? Should I go for an engine? And I'm here to tell you I've done extensive testing, so I'm here to help you make a more informed decision on the matter. I was in the privileged position to be able to test out Miyabi extensively on the creator beta server, so I tested out all of her Mindscapes 1 to 6. I have showcases of all of those linked down in the comments if you want to see them in action. Now, Miyabi's W engine is a very, very good one for her. It is an increase of about 30% in performance. Now, there are some good, more free-to-play friendly options available, like Fusion Compiler definitely works on her. But what's good with Miyabi's engine is that it allows her a lot more flexibility in her builds. Since it's the only anomaly engine that has crit rate and crit damage as like an extra stat. And with Miyabi, you kind of want to hit a threshold of 80% crit rate to really maximize her Frostburn. So if you manage to pull one Miyabi, I would recommend going for the engine. And in my testing, it is an increase of around 30%. But the big kicker of it is that it does allow you to be a lot more flexible with your build. Now, Mindscape 1, Frost Atop the Snow. This one buffs Miyabi's Shimatsuke stance by quite a lot. Every 1 point of Fallen Frost we consume when we do basic attack Shimatsuke, which is her only special resources, we can max have 6. Every charge level of Shimatsuke consumes 2, and we always want to use it fully maxed out. So, if you use 6 stacks, which you always should do, this ignores 36% of an enemy's defense, and also makes the Shimatsuke stance remove Frostburn and increase our normal build-up rate for your entire team. This is a very, very good M1, and this one kinda differentiates in how much boost it gives Miyabi depending on what set you're running on Miyabi. Now, Miyabi released with Branch and Bladesong, which is the set that most people are running on her. But from my extensive testing, especially if you have Miyabi's engine, Polar Metal pulls slightly ahead, and with the M1, Polar Metal pulls even more ahead, because Polar Metal increases the basic attack damage of an agent by 40% if the full effect of it is in play. So with the 4-piece Polar Metal, this gives Miyabi a 30% increase in clear time and performance in my testing, according to all the tests I ran with her. But when I was running M1 Miyabi with the Branch and Bladesong instead, I saw an increase of 18.5%. Now, still a very good M1, but very much a lot better with Polar Metal. Still a super good Mindscape. But I would say if you have Miyabi M1 and her engine, I would 100% switch to Polar Metal if you want the most bang boo for your buck. Now, for the next one, Breed Technique, number 2. Basic attack, Kasahana and dodge counter damage increased by 30%, but the real kicker is Hoshimi Miyabi gains 1 point of Fallen Frost when the final move of the 5th hit the basic attack Kasahana hits an enemy. So this one is actually cracked. Normally when you're out of energy on Miyabi and you're still lacking a bunch of Fallen Frost, you switch to another agent to create some disorders, and then you switch back to Miyabi once you fully stacked up Fallen Frost so you can do your Shimatsuke. With this one, she basically doesn't require any teammates. And she doesn't require another anomaly agent. And in a way, from my testing, I kind of felt like having this one was a little bit overkill. And it almost made Miyabi less fun to play because there's more tactic involved. Now instead of switching to another agent, you just continuously hit and you will she becomes a Fallen Frost factory. But this is also a very, very good one. Especially if you're lacking maybe some of the crucial anomaly agents. Yanagi is a super good teammate for Miyabi, but if you start in 1.4 and you really don't have any sort of teammates for her, this is a very good one. And from my testing, this is an additional increase of around 30%. So ish a 60% increase from M0 Miyabi. It's a really good one. Now 3 and 4 simply just levels up basically everything. You're looking at an increase of between 5 to 10% on each one of these. Number 4 is a little bit special, Rapture. Frostburn break damage increased by 30% upon triggering Frostburn break. Hoshimi Miyabi generates 250 more decibels. Now this one is interesting. From my testing, there's very few encounters in the game that like you actually get to reap the benefit. If you have an M2 Miyabi, or M4 in this case, everything is basically dead before, you know, you can reap the benefit of generating more decibels. Like, before you reach the ultimate, every Notorious Hunter is dead, every critical Shi is dead, basically. So as of right now, there isn't super many instances in the game where you get full value out of this one. Deadly Assault is one of them, but like, once again there, an M1 or M2 Miyabi has no problem reaching like the triple or quadruple like score needed to S-rank the thing. So as of right now, it's very much overkill. So for testing purposes, it was a little bit hard to test this one out, but it does make her Frostburn break deal 30% more damage, and from my testing, this is an increase of around 15% in performance. Now we get to the big kicker, the Prodigious Talent. This one is absolutely insane. It is the strongest M6 we've had in the game so far. So basically, whenever you charge up the Shimatsuke stance, we don't use like the first level of Shimatsuke, we don't use the second one, we're going for the third one. With her M6, while you're charging, she will automatically release stage 1 and 2 while charging, and then of course finish with the third one. So this makes her, like Shimatsuke stance, super freaking flashy, and like this is simply like ridiculous. Like, things die so fast in this, it's not even fun. Like, I'm not even sure that encounters are like allowed to be called encounters, because it's just straight up like, you know, murder. And with this one, in my testing, I saw an increase of about 110% compared to having her at M0. And this one on its own is about an increase of 40% in performance. And yeah, this one is absolutely silly. So I just want to drive home the point that once again, that you don't need a single Mindscape from Miyabi to work. If you've used any of Miyabi so far, you can probably tell that she's absolutely busted without any Mindscape, and she's also busted without her engine. My advice would be, if you have polychrome to spend, like you want to focus on Miyabi, you're gonna use her for a long time, go for her engine first. And if you want to push past that, M1 is excellent. That's also a really good stopping point. Same with M2. Like, M1 Miyabi already trivializes anything in the game. Basically, M0 also does. But yeah, M2, definitely. And anything past that is just overkill. So yeah, I hope I could help someone make a more informed decision. And let me know in the comments down below. What Mindscape do you have for Miyabi, and are you hunting for more? Or what are you saving for? Me personally, on the live servers, which is the account you're seeing, I'm perfectly happy having an engine on Miyabi and having her at M0. I don't feel like I need to go past that. And I'd rather now save up for Evelyn and possibly Asayao. So peeps, thank you so much for watching. If you found the video fun and informative, you know, anything, give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely hated it, thumbs down. And if you want Zenless Zone Zero content, maybe subscribe to the channel. I put it out every freaking day. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Hako out.